This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwande and this is Africa Now. Nigerian security agents on Thursday rescued nearly 200 kidnapped people who had been abducted in the northwestern state of Zamfara during a sweeping security operation on the camps of criminal gangs in dense forest, police said on Thursday. Since December last year, Zamfara has been at the center of often violent kidnappings by heavily armed bandits who have targeted schools, villages, and people traveling on highways for ransom. The victims released unconditionally, according to the police, include 187 men, women, and children. Burkina Faso's former president Blaise Compaoré, the main defendant in the long-awaited trial on the 1987 assassination of his predecessor, Thomas Sankara, will snub the upcoming proceedings, his Burkinabe and French attorney said on Thursday. Compaoré and 13 others will face an array of charges in the death of Sankara, a charismatic revolutionary followers described as the African Che Guevara, in the trial opening on Monday. Compaoré, who is 70 years old, has always denied accusation that he ordered Sankara's killing. Aziz Akhannouch, a billionaire tycoon, has been named by Morocco's King VI on Thursday to lead the new government formed after Akhannouch's National Rally of Independence defeated incumbent Islamists on September elections. Businessman worth $2 billion according to Forbes, and who has led the RNI since 2016, is expected to face pressing economic problems aggravated by the coronavirus pandemic. The 24-member cabinet includes 7 women, up from 4 in the previous administration. Despite the North African Kingdom's 2011 constitution that transferred more powers from the monarchy to the government and parliament, the king still retains the final say on strategic issues and major projects regardless of who is in government. Now, Tanzania's novelist and author of 10 novels, including Paradise and Desertion, Abdulrazak Gurnah has been awarded the 2021 Nobel Prize for Literature. Gurnah, who won the perceived world's most prestigious literary award for his uncompromising and compassionate penetration of the effects of colonialism and the fate of the refugee, the award-giving body said on Thursday. Gurnah said his award will mean issues such as refugee crisis and colonialism, which he has experienced, will be discussed. Based in Britain and writing in English, Gurnah, 72, becomes the first Black African author to have won the award since Nigeria's Wole Soyinka in 1986. Since South Sudan's widespread flooding in May affected over 600,000 people, with many forced to flee their homes, the United Nations said. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, in a briefing note on Thursday, said 8 of the country's 10 states, representing 58% of the country, was affected. More than 2/3 of the affected areas now facing the risk of hunger as food prices shoot up, recording a 15% jump since August, the Emergency Response Agency added. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. Business stories and more coming your way after the break. So stay tuned. Welcome back in business. President Mohammed Buhari on Thursday presented 16.39 trillion naira as Nigeria's 2022 budget proposal before a joint session of the National Assembly. According to the president, the 2022 budget is also the first in Nigeria's history where MDAs were clearly advised on gender-responsive budgeting. The projected expenditure, that is 17.7% more than initially proposed, will help drive economic growth, with a 4.2% expansion in gross domestic product seen in 2022. The spending increase will also widen the budget deficit to 6.3 trillion naira, which is 3.4% of the GDP. A draft of a report commissioned by a global anti-corruption body of governments, companies and activists describes the deal that was first signed by the Democratic Republic of Congo and China in 2008 as unconscionable. It urges DR Congo's government to renegotiate its $6 billion infrastructure for minerals deal with Chinese investors and to cancel an amendment signed secretly in 2017 that sped up payments to Chinese mining investors and slowed reimbursements of investments in infrastructure. The review of contracts by President Felix Tshisekedi's administration represents a rare pushback by the world's leading producer of the battery metal cobalt and Africa's top copper miner against the Chinese investors who control most of its mining industry. And moving away from business, the death toll from an attack by Islamist militants on soldiers in central Mali this week has risen to 16, the army said on Thursday, after previously reporting 9 deaths. Wednesday's attack, one of the heaviest losses suffered by the Malian troops in recent months, highlighting worsening security in Mali, despite efforts by local European and UN forces to counter armed groups linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State. Over 60 people, mostly children, are reported missing after the vessel that they were traveling in capsized off Mozambique's coast. The ship carrying people and goods had left Nacala port at 15:30 local time on Thursday for Member district in northern Nampula province, according to state broadcaster Radio Mozambique. It's believed that the accident was caused by bad weather, which affected the region on Thursday afternoon. The Somali government on Thursday called on authorities in the semi-autonomous region of Somaliland to stop forced evictions in the northern part of the country. The statement came after hundreds of families, many of whom have lived there for nearly 20 years, were arrested and forcefully displaced from Las Kunud, Sud region of Somaliland between October 2 and 3. The regional authorities have cited security as the reason for their evictions. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube to stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okwade. Thanks for watching.